Yep.
Yeah, you're all set.
Okay.
We're all set.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I call a meeting to order.
I'm in, Jimmy.
You got it?
Yep.
Hi, Nick.
Hey, guys.
I call a meeting to order, and we'll for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic
which
which stands
nation,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Public comment? No public comment?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, this is Jonathan speaking. You have to have an approval for the minutes of June 1st and July 8th, please.
Okay. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes for July 1st and July 8th meetings?
John Uholsky. I make a motion to approve the July and June minutes.
Okay, a second.
Don Soskovich, I'll second that.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Sorry about that. We have, was it Malaya from Veolia Water?
Melissa.
I'm sorry, Melissa.
That's okay.
You have information on? Take it away.
Okay, so my name is Melissa Meridian. I am a billing manager at Veolia. I work with John and John, managing the billing for Seymour and a few other projects, especially in Connecticut. So I believe you all want some more information about online solutions for bill payments for your customers. There is a cloud-based solution provided by, in partnership with Enhance and Invoice Cloud. What this would do is provide, it would be a button that could be placed on the town's website, either on the home page or on the WPCA's page. Customers would click that button, and then they'd be able to utilize their account number, I should say, and look up their invoices and see if they had a balance due or not. And then they would be able to view bills. They could register if they wanted to secure their payments for the future or enroll in auto pay. I know you only have billing twice a year, so maybe some would do that, maybe some wouldn't. So they would have the opportunity to create a username and password, or they could just make one-time payments. They would be able to pay with electronic e-check or ACH as it's called, or they could use Visa, MasterCard, or Discover. The fees would be passed on to the customer in the situation in which I had looked at. It would be a minimum of $3 fee. There would be a $3 fee for e-check or ACH. And then if it's over the $3 minimum on credit cards, it would actually revert to a 3.5% charge for each of those credit card transactions. It is completely cloud-based. It is a completely secure portal. All the information would be housed through Invoice Cloud on their servers. In regards to how the town would receive the money, it'd actually be through a bank account, the town's bank account. It would be set up with the vendor. No monies would be exchanged with Veolia or Jonathan or anybody. They would actually electronically transfer money to the town, I believe on a daily basis is how it would work. Does anybody have any questions on the cloud section of it or how it would work? It would probably be best if I could maybe email you all some examples if you hadn't seen them already of what it would look like. The customers would get email reminders that bills are due. They would also get an email receipt upon payment.
So Melissa, you said, this is Jim, you said the customer paying the bill gets the 3.5% fee.
Correct. That was how I
Okay.
looked at the solution, yeah.
Okay.
If the town wanted to pay for, those transaction fees themselves, you could look at that. But, a lot of towns and cities, I should say, and municipalities have the customers pay for that fee.
That's usually the way it works, right?
Especially with taxes and other, municipal charges. Yes, a lot of times they do. If a town decides to do that, the cost may be different, I believe, because municipal rates can be a little lower. The towns take it on themselves. But to me, most customers who pay online understand that there's going to be, some sort of transaction fee associated with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have any questions for her?
Melissa, this is John Lee. Could you share what the fee for the service might be? Is it per customer, per block of customers, et cetera?
Yeah, so I did ask them about that. Given the number of customers in Seymour, the fee to set this up would actually be, and it wouldn't be a setup charge, but it would be a $50 per month fee to access for this portal. And then they did talk about a 20-cent per customer if you were to enroll in paperless billing, meaning that they wouldn't want, bills at all. So they would actually charge a fee for the person to go paperless. But maybe that's something that, we could talk to them about. But you would be saving, the cost if they go paperless and printing a paper bill and the cost of mailing and the postage, et cetera. But those are the only two fees that would be in place to set this up.
So there's no upfront payment to get set up? It's all just based on usage?
Correct. Should be $50 per month, yeah.
And that $50, this is generally is per account or just for the, is it?
No, for this whole, for the whole payment portal. It'll be $50 a month, flat fee, no matter if one person used it or, all 3,500.
Well, that's relatively inexpensive.
My guess is they're getting, I'm sure, in the fees.
Melissa, this has been, we talked about, maybe you can just give the board a brief overview about how this can improve and increase collection rates.
Yeah, I definitely think online, absolutely, for sure, I can increase collection rates. That's something that's not available right now to your residents and customers. There's no online payment option at all. As you know, they only have, small percentage, right? Jonathan pay in person and most pay by check. So you're offering them a completely new and extra way to pay. And we've seen increases, especially in New London, Connecticut. We have about 30% of our customers paying every month online. It's a larger customer base. But it's a good amount of people that pay online.
How long would it take to get this set up, Melissa?
I would have to check with them. Again, this is something that, several months ago I discussed with them, so I'm not sure what they have in their pipeline. I think that the setup shouldn't be too bad, but I'm not positive, to be honest, how long that it would take. Maybe a month or two. It shouldn't be too long. It could even be quicker.
Yep.
Your next billing
this
is
is John Lee.
October.
Yeah, the next billing being October, it probably wouldn't have enough time between now and then.
It's possible. It's possible. Yeah, I would just need to check with them. I'm not sure what they have in their pipeline. It might be perfect for October billing. Maybe that would be the perfect time to roll it out. You could include a bill stuffer, announcing it.
Okay, any questions, Melissa? No?
I hope I gave enough information. If you have any other questions or need any more information, if you want me to follow up, and get additional information from the vendor, I'm happy to do that.
Okay, yeah, Ben was getting information from me previously anyway, right?
Yeah, Melissa, if you could get us some information about what they need to set up, what if any cost there is, how quickly they can do it, and would we be in a position to include it in our October billing?
Got it. No problem at all. And the town
Okay.
obviously wouldn't be opposed to putting it right on the town's website, right? I think that would be the best place for it.
I don't believe so. I've actually been having some conversations with the first selectman. He's willing to help us do whatever we can to increase collections. And so what I had asked him about was putting it on the tax collectors page where most people are used to going to pay their taxes, as well as put it on the WPCA page as well, which I don't know how many visitors that gets, but we know they have a large number of people who pay their taxes online at the tax collectors page.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And I know
Okay.
Rory's not with us, but we can check that through the first selectman's office.
Forget it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, I will contact the vendor first thing tomorrow morning and get all the information I can. And Ben, should I work directly with you on that?
Yeah, that would be best.
Okay. Well, I thank you very much, Melissa.
No problem. Just let me know if
Thanks
you
for
need
taking
anything
time.
else. Anytime. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks, Melissa.
All right. Night.
Hey, Melissa.
Thanks.
This is Jim. Now, Ben, Kurt looked over the budget and he was satisfied, correct?
Kurt looked over the budget. He had sent us an email. He was relatively satisfied. And he had a couple questions, one of which was how do we increase the collection rates. He asked that, in future budgets, if we could give some more detail as to, why some of the line items are increasing as much as they are, decreasing as much as they are. And the other issue that he's put out there, he reached out to the town's, I don't know if it was bond counsel or underwriters about putting together a bond offering from the WPCA, so we could just go out and get the money we need, as we talked about, to undertake the capital improvements that we need to do. So we're going to get more information on that.
This is
Right, he
Anne
was
Marie.
talking-
Bond counsel.
What's that?
This is Anne Marie. He reached out to bond counsel. Bond counsel's getting him the information.
Okay. Is that Mr. Healy? John
Yes.
Healy?
John Healy.
He's with Mizero Financial?
I guess.
Okay. Yeah. They're last week they said they were going to work on it and get some information together. And hopefully we can we'll be in a position in the near future to be able to have that conversation about a bond offering. So we're really going to have to start looking at our capital plan and what we need to do overall. When we were together at our last budget meeting, the number that I believe was being tossed around for the whole kit and caboodle was roughly, was it about 13 million, Jim?
Yes, that's correct, Ben. Somewhere in the $13 to $15 million
Yeah. And Kurt has indicated that, I think the town would rather see us go out and get the monies we need as opposed to doing $250,000 here, $250,000 next year, and never getting where we got to go.
Ben, this is Jim Cortella. He said something about 5 million as a cap, or is that a rough number?
I don't remember. That's what I'm looking for now.
I think that might reflect on the town's ability to borrow if we get
loan. He had put in a $5 million, 20-year $5 million bond proposal, and I'm not sure, but we would look to do. We would do it off of our side, I think, as opposed to the town doing it, and then we would just build our rates in to, to cover the bond cost, the annual bond cost. So he was looking at a 20-year, $5 million. We may have to look at more than that, or
Right.
multiple offerings.
You're saying WPCA take their own bond out, but get the good rating like the town of Seymour has?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, with that said, Ben, I guess we can take action on the budget and get approval.
Yeah,
Get
you
a motion.
need to approve the budget or make whatever changes you want to make to the budget, or just move it for adoption.
It looks okay to me right now. I mean, anybody else have a concern on it? No. All right,
No,
so
it's good.
I need a motion to accept the 2021 WPCA budget.
I'll make a motion to accept 2021 budget, Nick Yosio.
John Uhalski, I'll second the motion.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Chair votes aye. All right. Veolia Water reports. Walter's not here, he's on vacation.
Yeah, this is John
He
Oatley.
sent the reports out.
This is John Oatley, Jim. I'll handle the report, and
Okay.
I'll go quickly. I know we're running a little bit behind schedule, but all the parameters in July were met in compliance with the NIPD's permit. I can also tell you that Walter had reached out to our technical direction group early in July to take a look at ways that we could possibly improve the nitrogen removal. So the report came back. We've implemented some of those modifications to the recirc rate, and we are seeing improvements in that overall nitrogen removal as a result. As far as plant repair and maintenance items, the grit bucket elevator chain and lower shafts and hangers and bearings were replaced by Northeast Water. They also removed the bucket elevator shroud and replaced it with a new stainless steel shroud. There was work done on the bottom of one of the secondary clarifiers. We pumped out the bar screen and bar screen channel, installed new bar screen chain, and returned it to service. One of the clarifier Raycom radio signals was replaced. That just communicates back to the treatment plant on the status of the rake arms. Some of the roofs on the ops building were inspected by Tim Conway of the town of Seymour, and in order to look at, and then Silktown Roofing came in to determine whether they could be repaired or if patches were needed. Replaced upper and lower belts on the built filter press, cleaned the contact tanks, cut some vegetation around the fencing on plant effluent discharge area, and switched over to the north clarifier. And began taking down the south clarifier for cleaning and inspections. We typically do that in order to just stay ahead of algae buildup as well as any repair and maintenance. As far as the collection system goes, we did the weekly pump station checks, cleaned the floats at several of the stations, responded to a possible sewer blockage at 13 Prospect Street, checked manholes above and below the location. There were no blockages noted. We jetted the manhole below and above. Didn't encounter any obstructions. A small, tiny amount of rags and roots were removed, and the homeowner is on septic and reached out to what it would take to go to sewer. We're waiting for the Glen Circle Pump Station emergency parts to come in. Let's see. During the North Derby pump station checks, we found that the box wasn't communicating, most likely due to a lightning or power bump called in United Alarm. They reprogrammed it and got us back up and communicating. Marked out a sewer on 8 Emma Street, inspected manholes, removed some rags and grease at the one of the siphons, and that's about it for collections. As far as safety is concerned, we had no lost time accidents or recordables for the month. And our safety training topic for the month was heat stress. Like Walter always says, there's additional detail that can be found on pages 2 and 3. Next page that's the performance. Again, looking for optimization improvements we can make to try to increase that nitrogen removal. Right now we're running about 20 pounds per day above where the limit is. So hopefully as we move into the late summer, early fall, we can see that increase. Doing well with phosphorus. As you know, we installed the new phosphorus upgraded removal process that's performing well. Average plant flow for the month was about 1.13, with a maximum daily flow of 1.21 and a peak flow of 2.0. The plan is permitted for about 2.93, so we're about 1/3 of the design at this point, hydraulically. Other than that, just looking at the other, we are going to make some electricians come out, take a look at some corroded conduit at the Bosch Green area. We have schedules for a few of the siphons and the pump stations for wet well cleaning. We did provide some information to Navis and Young for the biofilter to get that back up and running now that the roof fans and things are back working. And then we got some parts on order for the new blower 3. The magnetic bearing assembly sensor and support has failed, so those parts are on order. And that's the collections report. I mean the operations report, Chairman.
You're going to do the collections report?
Can I just ask John a quick question?
Sure.
We get out of this, John. What, if any, additional preparations are you guys making for the storm that's coming up the coast?
That's a great question, Mr. Proto. As we do at all our facilities, we have hurricane preparedness plans installed. They include getting the plant, all of the emergency generators topped off with fuel, checked. We do a pump station check early just to make sure we don't have any issues that we're aware of, because as you know, these storms are both there's often associated power outages as well as high flows. We've met with our staff to make sure that everyone's aware of what's coming. We put extra people on call in the event that we have power outages. We go through the plant to make sure that all windows, doors, and loose material are secured so that they don't blow around. And we check our chemical inventories to make sure that if we needed to be without access to the road and things like that for a couple of days, we've got adequate supplies. So we feel pretty good about it. Seymour's had a long history of dealing with storms, so I think we're in fairly good shape there, Mr. Pro.
Thank you.
Walter did provide me with the current Seymour R&M budget file. Just give me a second to open it up. That's the repair and maintenance year to date. Right now, we're running about $6,000 over budget. For year to date, we spent about 144% of the $25,000 that's allocated per year, and that's broken out to $2,083. And that's not an uncommon situation. As you know, you've included an additional amount of R&M funds in your recently adopted 2021 budget. But this $25,000 is what's contractually into our base fee. So that concludes the Veolia operating report. Again, if anyone has any questions, be happy to answer them.
All right.
With that, I'll turn it over to John Morrow, who I guess will perform the income report for the board.
Okay.
Good evening. This is Jonathan Morrow. I emailed all of you the monthly cash breakdown and the financial report, and we took in for this month $33,000 $727.71. And let's see, for your financial, looks like your cash balance will be able to cover this month and should be able to get through September, hopefully. And then, of course, October comes out with billing, so.
Yeah, the one thing I would add, this is John Oatley, is we really, I know John and Nick spoke about this at the budget prep, is to really look and compare our receipts in October versus what they were the previous year, as an indication of the impacts that the COVID shutdowns may or may not be having on our projected cash flows.
Yeah, you'll definitely get a breakdown of that in the November meeting. And that's it for me. Mr. Chairman, if you want, I can read out the invoices for yourself and all the board members.
Sure, just to give us an idea, I think
Sure.
we have a motion to accept them after.
The monthly Veolia Water invoice for the customary amount of $124,883.94. Under engineering, we have $300 from Nafis and Young. For legal, we have an invoice for $1,335. For your sewer use billing, there's the water consumption charges that are sent to us by Regional Water Authority. We have one from Aquarion and one from Regional Water Authority. Well, this is one from the Regional Water Authority, and it's $222.40. And it's because there's only 337 records, so there's not a lot. You have your internet through Comcast, $269.57.
That's it.
Moving on to maintenance, you have a bill for H.I. Stone and Son. That was while the truck was being repaired, if I recall correctly. That one is for $2,090. And also under for maintenance, it looks like we have two bills from the Seymour Police Department. Traffic control for the repair of manholes in the street with DJ Petrucci. One for $2,196.82. And another one for the same thing, traffic control, $679.64. Also, a bill from East Coast Septic Service. This goes under maintenance. This is for pumping out the line near the siphon at Clarity's Village, and that's for $575. On to capital. We have one from Veolia Water. This was for services for October 2019. It was when they replaced all the electrical panels in the chemical building, I believe. And they've just sent us a bill for $11,000. Again, that is capital. Nafis and Young has a capital bill. It's regarding information on capital improvements and capital improvement spreadsheets. That's $3,061.50. You have your repairs to grit chamber, screws, and bucket elevator from Northeast Water Maintenance and Service, also capital. That is for $11,300. And you have another one from Northeast Maintenance, Water Maintenance and Service, also capital, for the installation of the bar screen chain. That is for $4,610. You also have a bill for capital for the actual chain of the bar screen and the shock absorbers from E&I Corporation for $4,770. The only thing of non-capital, but it's towards the end, is a bill from the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, and it's the annual fee, and it's for $2,637.50, which is customary. That's it. If you approve, please give me a motion.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Need a motion to approve and pay the bills?
Mr. Don, I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
This is Nick.
Yeah,
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, chair votes aye. Legal report.
Couple things, obviously. We spent the last month working on the budget and communicating with the first selectman's office. And I think we're in a better place with what our budget is now than what it was. The other big issue that I've been working on, when Jonathan sent over the I'll think of it, the monthly delinquencies report. Shady Knolls came up on the report with an outstanding balance of over $70,000. I had a couple conversations with the administrator at Shady Knolls. They are obviously owned by a parent. He's been in touch with the parent and the comptroller's office at the parent. They're attempting to get some information to figure out what happened and how they missed paying it. And hopefully we can get this resolved in the relatively near future. They in the past have gone 2 billing cycles without a payment or made the payment for the whole year on a second billing cycle. With not making the April payment, they went 3 billing cycles this time, which is why their number is as large as it's been. It's never been this large. It has been upwards of $30,000 or so, but they're this time it's rather large, and they were taken by surprise when I spoke with them. But the administrator there has been very helpful. They're trying to figure out where their breakdown was and how we can get it resolved. So hopefully we'll have some more information and maybe a payment by the September meeting and clear that up. Jonathan's got to get me the updated amount for August because interest accrued on Saturday on the bill, so I can give them a final number for August. Other than that, I don't think we've had anything else. Any questions? There was an issue back in, when was that? Back just before COVID hit. There was an issue on Nickel Mine Drive. We had a backup and we were looking to do a backflow valve. I had sent a letter to the homeowner, asked them for permission to enter upon the property, to send that over to NAFIS. And then the world kind of fell apart. Actually, I was looking at the letter that I had sent him back in March, and if I recall, I'll just double check now as we're talking. I literally think I sent it to him on March 12th, which Yeah, the letter, my letter is dated March 13th, which was the day the world ended. So I've never heard back from him. Jim, I don't know if you've ever heard back from him. I asked him to sign the, I sent him a permission and waiver for us to enter upon the property and that we might have to enter into the house. And I never heard back. And quite frankly, March 13th literally was the end of the world for a lot of us. And we're now, I'm trying to figure out where we're at. So Jim, if you've heard anything, if not, I think we need to reach back out to the gentleman and see where we're at with that.
Yeah, Ben, I haven't heard, this is Jim. I haven't heard anything from him. I believe Walter has been trying to get a hold of him, but as we've seen in the past, he's a little difficult to get a hold of.
Yeah. So, and look, Friday the 13th will never be the same for us. But we can, if we can follow up and see where we're at with that. I don't think we've had any subsequent issues at that address since the last problem. Other than that, that's where we're at.
Ben, this is Jim Cortella. I was wondering on the other people who have outstanding balances.
Mm-hmm.
Should we make a number, maybe $2,500, $3,000, maybe to after that get aggressive on some of these people?
We can, yeah. The problem that we have at the moment is that we're literally prohibited from doing anything legally. We can't start a foreclosure action against them, which we would normally. The way we get aggressive with them is to seek to foreclose their property. Now, the other thing is we had talked about this a while ago, and then it kind of fell off the burner. And I think it's something we really kind of should go back to and look at is, and this would require, I think, probably working with the town, is selling the liens. There are companies out there who will buy our liens, in many cases pay more than 100% on the dollar because of the 18% interest. And that may be a way to bring in some quick to get rid of all of these. Right now, we are at just under $1 million in delinquencies.
Right.
This
Ben, this is Jim again. I know the town didn't really want to do something like that either. I can't remember the reason why, but the town kind of shied away from that too.
From selling or foreclosing?
From selling. I don't remember the reason why, but I think the town didn't want to go that route. They talked about it, but it never happened, I think.
I mean, look, if we could sell $1 million worth of liens for $1.1 million,
mm-hmm.
We're doing pretty good. Now that $1 million includes obviously the big number from Shady Knolls. And there's one or two big numbers in here that I think have to come out because I think the town has acquired the property through tax sales or a tax foreclosure. So we can figure that out. But I would like to explore with the town, and I can reach out to Kurt about if the town has an interest in, moving forward with tax lien sales. We might even be able to package the WPCA liens with real estate liens and make money for both sides. So I think that's something we should explore. And if it's doable, we should take a look at it.
Okay. Fair enough. If that's all you have, we can go to engineering.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I have to ask one more question. Ben?
Sure.
Yep.
43 Bellevue Terrace, this is Jonathan Morrow.
Yep.
43 Bellevue Terrace, the application for the municipal tax relief. Just for my records, did you get in touch with her? Tell her it was not allowed?
I sent her a letter. I never heard back from her.
Okay. All right, that's fine. I just wanted to see where we stood. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Gallagher, you're on.
Yeah, just a couple of things. On the biofilter, Veolia's got me all the dimensions I need to be able to order up some materials for to put the stone in, the fabric in, and get the wood chips back on. We'll do that in the next week or two. The chairman and I have looked at a entry floorway in the hall, in the lobby of the plant that needs to get replaced. I'm going to see if I can get somebody to do the tile work there and replace that entryway. And then the COG meeting, the Council of Governments is coming to the plant on Wednesday. I intend to attend that meeting as well. It should be at least a half a day's meeting. They've asked for numerous amounts of information from Walter, and I want to be able to be there to help him get the information to them. And that's all. Yeah.
Chairman, this is John Oatley. I'd like to, get a little bit of direction, if we could, about that meeting on Wednesday. Again, we've provided answers, subsequent answers to those 5 requests for information, but I'm not really sure beyond that what, will be Veolia's role in that meeting. I'm not really sure what the meeting is designed to.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, this is Jim Galligan again. I'm with John on this. I'm not really sure what it's about, but that's why I intended to be there to answer any questions that they have or make notes of what they may need in addition to the information that John sent to them already, and intend to, for lack of a better term, carry the flag for the WPCA at that meeting.
Right. I understand. Well, there was a few questions that they had, and I thought they fulfilled everything.
Yeah, I believe they did. So that's why it's my intention to come to the meeting. John Oatley, do you know what time that meeting is?
I do. I'll have to find
It's supposed to be at 9:30, I believe.
9:30. Okay, not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, just from the, this is John Oatley, just from the instruction purpose from the WPCA, I just want to make sure that we, as Jim said, carry the flag in the way that the WPCA would want us to. So if there's any specific direction or instruction that the board or the commission would offer for Veolia, we'd be certainly interested in knowing it ahead of that meeting.
Well, this is Jim Quintella. I think Mr. Gallagher knows what they should and shouldn't ask for, and you can probably direct them if they ask for things that don't really pertain to their study. So I think he can keep an eye on them.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. I appreciate it. Okay. Next item, new business. Any new business on the horizon? Nothing. And executive session, which I don't think we need to have him for anything. If there's anything else, I ask for motion for adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, second.
Don, I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you very much. Have a good night.